Wow, just got back from the old supermarket trip. Ugh, that was horrible in this heat. Not complaining one little bit though, because when I got back, I had a nice little pink box waiting for me, and you know what that means. Just let me grab it. My second subscription box has arrived. Now, wind back to a month ago, and you'll remember, excuse the messy hair. You'll remember I made a pact with myself. I was not going to open the next box until I'd made a garment with something in the box from the previous month. Voila! This is the fabric that was in last month's box. And I won't tell you a lie, I was busy frantically sewing this up yesterday because I've been full of a cold, not very well, and I got an email saying this was on the way. And I could not stand not opening it. This is what I planned to make with the fabric from last month. It is the Friday Pattern Company Saguaro set. Just got to turn it up and thread the drawstring through the waist. I've made it as the original pattern, apart from raising the neckline slightly. Yes, there's a gap in the middle because no matter how much pattern Tetris I did, I couldn't lengthen the bodies of the top without having cropped trousers, and I didn't want crops. So I've done really well. I've got it out, but I've got the crop top. It only shows a smidgy of midriff, but that's enough for me to be self-conscious. So I've had an idea. I'm going to find some burnt orange broad round glaze lace, a nice deep burnt orange, and I'm going to add it to the bottom of the top so that little bit, although there's a gap there, you can't quite see my loose spare tyre in the middle here. It'll disguise it a little bit. So, garment finished. Love the saguaro set. I'm 5 foot tall, and I managed to get it out of 2.5 meters of the fabric that was in the subscription box last month. So, made up with that. The weather's gone boiling hot, so perfect weather for wearing it. Just need to turn the hems up and sew some lace around the midriff. So I'm cutting myself some slack because I've not been well, and I'm calling that job done so I can open this box. I've taken it out of its bright pink envelope, but I've not opened it. All I've done is snip the label that says snip, 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 pretty things inside. I want to try and be clever and let you see what I see, which probably means everything's going to fall on the floor, doesn't it? Ooh, blue. This is different. Usually it's pink inside. So the card says out of the blue. And you've got to scan the QR code for inspo again. And it's subscription box number 30. But it's number 2 for me from my new subscription. It says this month's box contains 2.5 meters of fabric. There are 2 colourways. 2.5 meters. Can I make another saguaro set? No. But 2.5 meters goes a long way when you're 5 foot tall, so I've made up. Blue. Is that giving me a hint of the colourway of the fabric? Who knows? Let's put that down there, isn't it? So you've got a cute Beyond the Printed On label. Rustle, rustle while I open this up. I'm not getting precious about this tissue paper. Oh, now. let me see. So I've got 2 sweeties that say Swizzles. Not seen those before. The clear. Maybe the lemonade flavour. Oh, that'd be nice on a hot day, wouldn't it? White Rick Rack. That could come in handy because I like I'm getting into embellishing my garments. Oh, what's this? Ah, a maker's project bag. Just put that down there a minute. Don't fall. Oh, I'm liking this. So the terrible sheets, it says project, sketch, supplies required, notes, and measurements at the bottom. And the terrible sheets. So these can go into my pattern envelopes as notes that stay with the patterns rather than in a separate book that I can never find. So this might be a good way of me keeping tabs on my projects better. I'm liking that. And there's 50 sheets, so that should last me a good while. A couple of months, do you think? You know what I'm like, you know what I mean. So that's very nice. And then I found the fabric. Oh, feels beautiful. Let's do the thread. That's the thread I've got. So it's more like a steely blue than a denim or a cobalt, isn't it? Clue to the fabric. You can get a little sneaky peek if you want. So here we go. Here it is. Feels beautiful. Oh, my colour of blue. Perfect for me. Thanks, Andrea. I'm made up now. Feels cottony but smooth. So is it a cotton sateen, do we think? I'll go on to the little ebook and find out in a minute. But I'll show you the fabric. Feels like it might have a little tiny bit of stretch in it. Look at this. It's beautiful. Not what I would have picked, but I love it. Which is what you want from a sewscription box. Perfect. So yeah. Feels cotton. Sateen finish on the outside. I'm going to go and have a watch of the ebook and then I'll be back, hopefully with some inspiration and more details on this beautiful fabric. Swathed and swaddled myself in this beautiful fabric, and now I know what I knew. I liked it, loved it, but I love it even more now. And that's because, thanks Andrea, it's a dead stock fabric and it's Liberty. Buzzing. How beautiful is this? It's a Liberty cotton poplin, so it's not super heavy. It's got structure, but it's not as floaty as their traditional cotton lawns. So a bit different. Look at that pattern. How can you not like that? It screams summer to me. Just as much as the bright oranges and greens did from last month, but in a different way. I have to come out of this because it's a bit hot today. I've been saying it's cold all that time and now I'm boiling. So, what am I thinking in this gorgeous, gorgeous fabric? Now, you'll know if you follow me that I recently went on a journey making the Skylark Blair dress. And I did it in a double gauze fabric, which didn't really work for me. It felt like I had a nightie on. And I said I needed something with more structure. Hey. So maybe this will become a Blair dress. But I don't love the Blair dress. The jury's still out on it with me. And I don't want to waste this fabric. this precious fabric on something not 101% on. So another pattern I've been looking at is the new fabric godmother pattern that everybody's been raving about, and I've resisted it. And it is the fleur dress. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I can't believe you've not seen it. There's an image of the fleur. Now, I love a lot of the detail in the fleur, but I'm not mad keen on the really high neck. And the reason being, if I have something with a really high neck, it accentuates the fact that I'm quite well endowed and makes my boobs look even bigger. I need something with a lower neck to it to balance the boobies out. So, I'm hatching a plan. Just hear me out. I've got and never used the hinterland dress. There's an image of the hinterland dress. It's got a nice curved, deep curved neck. It's a button placket. It's a semi-fitted top, similar to the fleur, with a gathered skirt. The difference is the height of the neck and the fact that it's buttoned down, not all those little bow ties. I love those bow ties. So I'm thinking I'm going to put my neck out, do a bit of pattern hacking, and I'm going to hack the hinterland dress. I've had a look at what they've done to the fleur to make those ties work, and all they've done is extend the placket on the inside so that you're not flashing your boobs because you've not fastened it properly. And there's a gap hole down the front. Extend the placket. Good idea. Well done, fabric godmother. So I'm going to try and see if I can add that to the hinterland dress. Don't want sleeveless. Don't particularly want just straight sleeves. So I'll have to have a think on that. But a pattern that I got recently in the Busy Bee Sewing Challenge, the Rhapsody blouse, has 9 different sleeve options. So I'm sure in there I'm going to find a sleeve option that suits the hinterland without being a straight boring sleeve. So that's option number 2. And then number 3, just to throw a curveball in there, I'm thinking jumpsuit. I know. I've done a cord. I prefer a cord to a jumpsuit if I'm really, really honest with myself. Because they're easier when you're on loo patrol. But some jumpsuits just look nice all in one. So it might be some sort of jumpsuit, but I don't know what sort. I kind of fancy in my head. Tell me if there's a pattern, I'm sure there is, there's loads of them. But basically, one that has got little cap sleeves, semi-fitted top, straight down the front so it doesn't cinch in at the waist at the front, but cinches in with elastic at the back. I think there's a style art one. The Norma jumpsuit. There we go, it came to me eventually. So I might look at the Norma. But there was something about the Norma that I didn't like. And I think it was because it was too strappy. So maybe if I can adapt the Norma jumpsuit, that might be option number 3. Let me know which one of those 3 you'd pick. I've got the whole of the month of August to do it in. Precious fabric is going to go in the wash now, out on the line while it's nice and hot and sunny. And I'll let you know when the next Think Pink box comes what I've made in this beautiful Liberty Dead Stop fabric. Made up. Love the colour. Thanks, Andrea. See you all soon. Take care. Love you loads.